until Ty Debo got his first lead of the game with a 3 from Tracy McGrady.
Able to knock it through. Ty Debo up by 1.
In the second quarter, Terry Dissinger had himself a run as he had not 1, not 2, but 3 big dunks on 3.
There's a look at downtown Los Angeles. And is
Kevin, thanks.
DA, thanks a lot. And checking out some numbers for him.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the 2. And for Los Angeles, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Markieff Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the 1. And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. Here's Lillard. It's rebounded by Schroeder. Now the Lakers on the break. For 3, Caldwell Pope. That one's not going to go. And it's Portland the other way. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
And they lost the last matchup with this club, and it was really the reserves where the gap in play was felt.
Greg, too early to start talking about MVP for this year? We're mid-season.
You know, we've gotten to a point now where we start talking MVP at the start of the season. You know,
yeah, right.
People just love to talk sports at this point, especially when it comes to the most prestigious individual awards out there. I think you can make a case and sway some opinions with your play this time of year, but I like to let it all play out before I start focusing on that.
Things can change in a hurry, can't they, in a season?
Yes, they can.
Like you say, let it play out. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. Back to Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
Lillard against Schroeder. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, 3 for 4 now. I like the pace for them on offense.
Lakers shooting their first free throw of the evening. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Lillard against Schroeder. Lillard attacking. Kanter kicks to Lillard. Shoots over Schroeder. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Marc Gasol.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Back to Caldwell Pope. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in, and it's in there.
Yeah, and then knifing into the middle. Caldwell Pope, not just a perimeter threat. Young fella can elevate.
Lillard attacking, and then Lillard slams it in.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee.
Harrell, that shot misses. Excellent D from Kanter. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Fast break, the Lakers. Morris with the ball, and he comes up with the deuce.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
You know, Steve, one thing you admire about LeBron, how he shapes a possession for his team. He'll create situations where he gets a mismatch or helps his teammate find one.
You know, Kevin, LeBron will use his high screens to just kind of shuffle defenders, make them think. Once he sees an opportunity, he'll pounce all over it. You can see him do this the most at the end of close games.
Lillard misses. Kanter. Lillard finds Kanter from outside the arc. Portland no good that time either.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Lakers passing it around. James wide open. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So it's the Lakers now. Lakers leading by 3. Here's Harrell. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
Point blank, this is a bad combination. If you're looking to get stops, that's not the way.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Here's Jones. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. Lakers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And now Portland on the break. Here's Lillard. Bucket is good. Lillard's got 8.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Now here's Schroeder. He's coming off a 28-point game against Sacramento.
And some of the passes he threaded through the defense were just incredible. He made it.
Hold on!
Kevin, you got to buckle up on that one.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Here's Schroeder. Got a hand on it. Timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Lakers. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked.
I know that when the main guy.
I think he's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Volanos. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
Marc Gasol is out there with Harrell. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 2 guard. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Gasol passes to Caruso. Kuzma outside. Dishes to Harrell. Gasol trying to free himself up. And it's Harrell missing. Harrell's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Here's Simons. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Simons has got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
Unselfish play by Hood. Could take it himself, but finds the open man.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Here's Caruso, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. And Jones slams it in.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Caruso, the pass to Horton Tucker. Here's Caruso. Pass to Horton Tucker. Here's Caruso, covered by Anthony. And that one's good, Caruso.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And the former Utah Ute, Kyle Kuzma, can play either forward spot. Has a good blend, Smitty, of size and speed.
Yes, Kevin, but right now I prefer him at the 4. The reason why, he can stretch the floor, but he can tack a lot of those big forwards. And his shooting, it will get consistent as the years go on.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
One of several late first-round steals in the 2017 draft, Kuzma has a higher ceiling than many scouts anticipated.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Robert Covington's checked in for Cantor. Little comes in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Here is Lillard. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Phoenix.
And no one on defense could stay in front of him. He continually got pummeled and kept getting back to the strike.
And it's Hood in the corner. Here's the three. The Lakers with the rebound. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
Yes, the other team is feeding off that enthusiasm. You have to try and match that energy.
LeBron, he's checked in for the Lakers, and he makes the 8-footer. And the Lakers lead by 4.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Lillard attacking, and Gasol sends it back.
Love how Gasol patrols the court, always on the lookout to reject a shot.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like this.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Here's James, and he uses the glass on the layup. James has got 8 points.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
And how about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
And it's Schroeder in the corner. Here's Gasol. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
I love it. Beautiful job getting to the rim, making a play.
And Lillard kicks to Anthony. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
Missed opportunity, wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Lillard, the pass to Hood. Back to Lillard for 3. That doesn't go, but he's 5 for 11.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And so Hood will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. It's a 5-point game.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Here's James. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Lillard with it. 17 points in the game. Passes it to Covington. Jacks up a 3. Lillard misses. And so it's LeBron James. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. Well, with all he's accomplished, we can start to paint a picture amongst the all-time greats. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
The burst he's had when going at the rim has been fantastic. A lot of strong finishes through 2 quarters.
His activity level has made an impact, and he is fearless.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Enes Kanter, Little out there with Robert Covington, and it's Trent in at the shooting guard. Out to Morris. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Covington's got 4 rebounds in this game. Trent passes to Kanter. But they get it back. Portland moving the ball around for the tie, and it's good on the layup. Trent's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Basket good. Caldwell Pope's got his second bucket.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's best when he lets the game come to him, when he's not forcing shots, not making things tough on himself, not making tough passes. You know, Smitty, a simple approach does wonders for him.
Kevin, you applaud the maturity of KCP to realize that he knew he needed to change his game to improve. Focusing on making the easy play has made him a very valuable member of this team.
Kicks it out to Covington. Kanter trying to free himself up. And another 3 for Portland.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Schroeder dishes to Caldwell-Pope. Now Schroeder, 7 points in the game. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Lakers shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks, because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game, because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great, great human being.
Clock at 4. Kuzma passes to Caruso. Up again. Portland grabs the miss. Kanter's got 5 rebounds tonight. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
That one goes in. Harrell's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Harrell's energy is what helps him collect second chance opportunities.
Back to Lillard. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Lakers trail by 4. Schroeder dishes to Harrell, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Enes Kanter.
Few guys play with Harrell's level of energy, and that gets him to the line with some frequency.
Wesley Matthews checked in for the Lakers. And Portland making a change here. 1:31 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Lillard way outside. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this high, a great chance to extend this lead.
Harrell against Covington. Harrell down low. He's got 8. The layup off target. And there's the pass to Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Right side Matthews. Pass to Harrell. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Harrell's got 10.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Back to Lillard. And he makes that one. Lillard's got the lead back up to 7 now for Portland.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Horton Tucker. Defended by Jones. Harrell on the foul. Harrell's got 8 points in the quarter.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Oh, Covington in position. And stolen by Kuzma. Here's Matthews. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. LeBron James is out there with Caldwell Pope. Then it's Marc Gasol. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Morris in at the 4 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. That shot, no good.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Anthony, the pass to Covington.
And I like the...
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break. He said he just wants them to play faster. He feels like they've been too lackadaisical with the ball and that their aggressiveness just isn't there right now. Kevin, back to you.
And he's good on the 3 ball.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Poked away. It's stolen by Schroeder. And now LeBron pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And finished off by LeBron.
Schroeder being disruptive on the defensive end, knocking the ball out and starting the fast break.
Here's Simons. And he banks in the layup.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Gasol kicks to Caldwell Pope. LeBron outside. Morris passes to LeBron. To the middle. It's stolen by Jones. Here we go, one-on-one. Lobs it up for Cantor. Covington finds Cantor. Shoots over Schroeder. And that one hits back iron.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
And that one's good by LeBron. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Simons. He's guarded by Schroeder. And it's Simons missing. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp
For the Trailblazers, Trent's checked in, and Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons.
When you need a big bucket, keep it in his hands. LeBron lives for this one.
Now, here's Lillard. The feed to Cantor. And he lays it straight in.
And that's just all muscle there. Cantor is solid at fighting his way through whatever the D throws at him.
Stolen by Cantor. And they're running. Jones, no one around him. No good from outside. Lakers trail by 6. Back to LeBron. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And it's Covington atop the key. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on LeBron James. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Los Angeles making a switch here. Harrell's checked in. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Lakers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. It's stolen by Jones. It's the first that will put them up by 9. A different look now for Portland. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Little in for Derek Jones. And Los Angeles guys shooting 57% in this fourth quarter. Here's James and the dunk by LeBron.
What's so impressive, the defense is trying to make adjustments, but LeBron's making even quicker reads.
Lillard the pass to Cantor. Back to Lillard, takes a 3. It's hauled in by LeBron. Lakers have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Lillard against Schroeder. Here's Lillard. Pass to Cantor. Here's Trent. 5 on the clock. Lillard from deep three-point land. Portland again missing. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. That 3 off the mark. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. Lillard way outside from beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
They couldn't make enough plays when it mattered. Interesting game, though, in terms of some of the matchups.
From deep. Here's Trent. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it.
was it after game 1 when he only missed a few shots?
Shot green for Split.
Rip City. Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on DA.
Hey, Kevin.
Great stuff as always, DA. Thanks. Now, we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. And for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the 2-guard position. Now Lillard from deep three-point range. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got the first bucket of the night, a three-pointer for the Trailblazers. A pass to Porzingis, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down. You know, at this point of the year, what's the main thing Brent, a head coach, has to do to keep his team focused for the second half of the season?
I think at this point, the foundation that you've laid should be there. So now what you try to do is schematically, maybe you go through some different defensive coverages. You try some different combinations of players to make sure that guys can make that adaptability quick enough that if that becomes part of a playoff scheme, you're ready for it.
Finish.
Oh! Yikes! Look out below! About that finish. Oof.
Always the connection with the teammate. That time Porzingis in the right spot.
Porzingis with the steal. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. The shot by Lillard wide open. And Kanter able to finish.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Kanter is a monster on the offensive glass.
Doncic against Lillard. Steps back and fires. Porzingis can't hit.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Here's Lillard. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Phoenix.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
And so here is Dallas after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
Pass to Doncic. Back to Kleba. Covington with the steal. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself.
Like the execution there from Kanter. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Knocks it loose. And again, the turnover by the Mavericks.
And let's check out some stats for Richardson. How his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Powell, he's jacked in for the Mavericks. Doncic finds Brunson. Anthony on the double team. Back to Doncic. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And the dunk by Powell.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Now here's Johnson, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Wants to get it to Powell, and does. Out to Hardaway. 6 to shoot. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. Trailblazers leading by 3. Here's Anthony. And that one is good.
Melo being ultra aggressive now. You give him a lane to the basket, you're going to get results like that.
Doncic against Anthony. Here's Hardaway. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 4 rebounds in this game. There's the call on James Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for James Johnson. Now the pass to Covington. Cantor trying to free himself up. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Well, a 7-footer that has a bit of moxie. Willie Cauley-Stein loves to play rough down low.
Here's Simons. He's coming off a 10-point game against Phoenix. Kicks to Cantor. Pass to Simons. Portland no good that time either. Mavericks trail by 3. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Covington sends it back. The drive by Cantor. Shakes him, and Cantor throws it down.
Well, the D attempted to foul Cantor before he got that shot off, but too late. Results in the and one.
Portland shooting their first free throw of the game right now. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. 4 seconds left. Yes, that goes in.
Taking contact on the way up. Cauley-Stein going through it that time.
Powell with the steal. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Portland out in front, up by 4. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he's
humble beginnings. I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Yeah, hopefully the opposition can recover, because that first quarter defensively was unbelievable, just crippling defense.
On the court for the Mavericks, Dwight Powell is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Cauley-Stein, and it's Richardson in at the 2. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Trent's checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Porzingis, he's checked in for Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Lays it up off the glass. 6 points for Porzingis.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
To the right side. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And just a nice combination of size and feel there. Terrific finish down low.
The Trailblazers have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Hardaway finds Porzingis, and it's good for 2. Porzingis has got 6 in the quarter.
Porzingis playing with some heart now, never giving up or into the defense, muscling through that difficult shot.
The putback, and Cantor able to finish. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebound. And unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers. On the wing, Hardaway. Three-pointer. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Porzingis with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Simons in for Derek Jones. James Johnson's checked in for the Mavericks. Doncic comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And so they choose to intentionally foul. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from three, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys, I think, that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Doncic outside. Over to the left wing. Cantor against Porzingis. Passes to Finney-Smith. Clock at 6. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Woods checked in for Portland. Then for the Mavericks, Willie Cauley-Stein. He's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Josh Richardson. Lillard against Doncic. And then Lillard slams it in.
Well, he's capable of lighting a fuse and putting on a fireworks show. He'll do it in any building. Tonight he's got it going.
Here's Cauley-Stein. It's stolen. And here we go. Pulls up for three. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Johnson finds Doncic. Johnson surveying the floor. To halt the run, and Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 6 rebounds here tonight, and Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Anthony's checked in for Enes Kanter. Powell, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Porzingis. Covington's shot is off. Last game for the Mavericks, it was a loss to the Thunder.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
You cannot afford to do that. When you're in an opponent's building, you got to knock down free throws. That cost them.
Hardaway hits them both.
A fearless shooter and a remarkable dunker. Tim Hardaway Jr. is such a valuable rotation guy that you just want to have consistent effort from. And I think he's reaching that level now.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 22 points. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Trailblazers leading by 9. They've got Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
Well, he can shoot the three, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
Porzingis on the follow. Porzingis has got 16.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Anthony, the pass to Jones. Back to Anthony. Shot clock at 6. Here's Lillard. You know, he rips it and jams it right over Porzingis. Wow!
Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Richardson kicks to Doncic. And Kleber now top of the key. That's to Porzingis. It's stolen by Anthony. And now Jones running the floor all by himself. And Jones slams it in.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard attacking. Good.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Trailblazers making a switch here. Trent's checked in, and then for Dallas. Johnson, he's checked in for Porzingis. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told him, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Outside, Jones. Lillard against Hardaway. From deep. And Lillard gets it to go. Lillard's got 10 points now just in this quarter. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, he said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Mavericks making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played.
Well, Picasso couldn't have drawn that up any better. Perfect execution off the inbounds.
And it's Anthony with the ball for Portland. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota, where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Mavericks trail by 15. Brunson kicks to Johnson. Some nice passing here by Dallas. The feed now to Powell. And it's Portland with the rebound. And here's the break. Jones in the post. Johnson on him. The tray. They get it again. Tries again. Here's Trent. Misses the three. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Johnson finds Brunson. Off target from three-point range. Trailblazers leading by 15. Here's the teardrop. And there's the bucket as Jones finishes it off.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Hardaway for 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 11 rebounds in the game. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Throws it up high, and the dunk by Powell.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Portland's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. To the wing right side. Brunson covering. Count it. And the Trailblazers lead by 17.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
There's 25 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Richardson. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Powell. That's good. Powell's got 6.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Anthony, the pass to Trent. It's deflected.
Hard-nosed defender and Josh Richardson using a little bit of that length from the wing position to deny that one.
And so it's Portland. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle. Well, you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the court for the Mavericks, we've got Doncic. Porzingis is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. It's Covington on the wing. Guarded by Doncic. A second chance effort. Out to Hood. Fires the 3. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And so it's Dallas with it, trailing by 13. Lillard against Doncic. There's the pass to Kleber. Doncic feeling it out. Pass to Hardaway. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Kleber. Here's Porzingis. And Covington sends it back. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Three-pointer, Lillard hands it from downtown. Lillard's got 35. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Launches it. That shot is off. Now Portland takes it the other way. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Lillard from deep three-point land. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. Fires for 3. Trains the three-pointer. Lillard's got 41.
Well, he should be playing this game with an apron on because he's cooking right now.
Finney Smith passes to Doncic. And stolen by Hood. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And a deep 3 from Lillard. Kleber with the rebound.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
To the inside. Ball stolen. It's intercepted. Here's Finney Smith. Porzingis finds Hardaway. Good on the three-point shot.
I feel like Tim Hardaway Jr.'s role is to be out there and gun away, so ready to shoot that time.
Lillard fires away from way outside, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And here's Doncic from the arc. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Good on the triple. Lillard's got 47 points.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
The three ball. They get it back. Passes it to Simons. From the arc. Good! Another from three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Trailblazers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Lillard.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're up by 24. There's 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. From deep three-point range, Cantor kicks to Covington. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And a deep three from Lillard. Connects again from distance. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
And Brunson has it in the corner. Launches a three. No good that time. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
much of my rhythm yet. I found it throughout the game, and then down the stretch, he was down 3, and my main goal was just don't give up any threes. Don't give up any threes, so I fouled him a couple of times in the last play.
The sprawling metropolis of Dallas. And
well, Kevin, even though
David Aldridge, thank you. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point. And for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. Schroeder surveying the floor. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
Well, you bring up some great points. Doncic against Schroeder.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Inside, here's Porzingis. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Fires from deep. Gasol. And Gasol able to finish.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
And again, it's Porzingis. Porzingis has got 8 points.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Schroeder, right side. Pass to James. Kicks it out to Schroeder. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Morris. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
Gasol is one of the best passers in the league. I mean, at his position, there aren't many better. Excellent at scanning the floor and finding the open man.
Richardson finds Doncic.
That's serving it up on the platter there. What a nice pass. A high percentage look was the result.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different... Exactly what Richardson can do on the drive. I mean, he can handle the ball. He's got a quick step, and he can finish when he gets to the rim.
Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Lets it go from deep. That one misses. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Hey, knocking down free throws in a hostile environment is really about the battle of the mind.
To the paint, Gasol with the steal. And James with a clear path to the hoop. The feed to Morris. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Boy, you're playing with fire. Anytime you leave somebody open on James' team, I mean, LeBron, his court vision, outstanding.
All alone. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got 3 assists in the game.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And they're pushing it up. And it goes down 2 points.
Boy, I like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Count it, good.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
And pushing it up Los Angeles, the Lakers again in transition.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Up again. And it's good. But hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And they're making sure on this.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Horton Tucker in at the shooting guard position. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Banked in off the glass. Harrell's got his first 2 points.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Lakers working the ball around now. Caruso, no good. The Mavericks trailing. Brunson, no good. Here's Kuzma, and Kuzma slams it in.
Boy, fun watching Kuzma find a way to get out in the open court. The young legs on display there.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Caruso. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Over to the wing. Passes it to Horton Tucker. On the wing, James. Guarded by Doncic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Luka Doncic.
When LeBron has it inside like that, I mean, it's almost impossible to stop him. Worst case scenario, he's going to get himself to the foul line.
Dallas making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. Greg, I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Back to Brunson. And the pass to Hardaway. Picked off in midair. Here's Caruso. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
Richardson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And stolen by Kuzma. And that's a foul. Called on Dwight Powell. That's his first foul. Looking at the last game for the Lakers, it was a loss to the Kings in Sacramento.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis comes in for Dwight Powell. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And the Lakers also making a switch. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Alex Caruso. Nobody near Schroeder. And again, no good by the Lakers.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Caldwell-Pope with a wide open look, sinks the triple. Caldwell-Pope's got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers. Cauley Stein finds Porzingis. Back to Cauley Stein. Here's Porzingis. Lets it go from 14. Second shot opportunity. Count that one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Schroeder makes it off the glass. Schroeder's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Hardaway dishes to Cauley Stein. The 3 from Porzingis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And Harrell slams it in.
And with toughness and physicality, Harrell can simply overpower opponents offensively.
Cauley Stein passes.
Are you kidding me? Boy, a creative finisher who throws it down with ease at 7-3. Put the ball in Porzingis' hands, and he'll occasionally wow you.
Here's Harrell. Another shot, and he lays it up and in. Harrell's got 6 in the quarter.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Richardson the pass to Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
Caldwell Pope left side. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Richardson right side.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
It actually almost makes it a little more special. Grace over power is how I would look at it.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above 4. Thanks for joining us, folks.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been quite a game for Porzingis.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with.
Boy, really good body control that time by Richardson. Anticipated the foul coming, absorbed that contact, and didn't let it bother his shot.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Back to Porzingis. Kicks it out to Richardson. 6 to shoot. Lob pass to Porzingis. And so the ball is out of bounds. Richardson touched it last.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Powell, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Josh Richardson. The Lakers also with a sub. Caruso's checked in. The drive by James. He gets it in there. LeBron's got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, they call him the freight train. LeBron James, when he's coming down the court like that, good luck trying to stop him.
Here's Finney Smith, covered by LeBron. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at the Lakers. They're 4th in the conference and looking to make a move the latter part of the season. And, of course, the Mavericks, 4.5 games behind.
And you know, for the Lakers, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. A different look for Dallas. James Johnson's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway is subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Doncic passes to Powell. Out to Hardaway. From downtown, buries the long-range jumper. Hardaway has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Hardaway Jr. rises and fires with great confidence from there.
Pass to Morris. LeBron against Doncic. James in the post. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. He's got 14.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game. You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Hardaway, no good. Los Angeles leading by 6.
And although it seems like KCP will never be a huge factor on offense, he can still give you valuable points and also that spacing he can provide out on the floor.
Yeah, I agree with you there, and it's a valuable tool kit that he has because he can provide some playmaking and shot making and spacing of the floor. And he's also become more efficient as an offensive player. But he does know and recognize that his strength is at the defensive end, his athleticism, mobility, and versatility. And offense is tertiary to his contributions.
Powell for 3. Dallas, no good that time either. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Up and in on the layup. LeBron's got 22.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Brunson kicks to Doncic. Caldwell Pope against Brunson. Here's Powell. And that time, also a missed shot.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
James, no good. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Floats it up for Doncic. An emphatic LU jam.
Powell doing a nice job recognizing when to give it up. He, to me, is the epitome of a value utility player. Knows his role.
Brunson with it. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Out to Doncic. And stolen by James. Down low, tips it up. A rebound by Johnson. Mavericks trail by 10. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Pass to Brunson. The 3 for Doncic. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here. Man, what a pass that was there. He really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
And here is Doncic. Lets the 3 fly, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Fell through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And on the court for the Lakers to start the 4th. They've got Kyle Kuzma. Harrell is out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 2 spot. Here's Kuzma. Goes back up. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, we are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball, play within the offense, and get good open shots. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Boy, Josh Richardson, really the kind of guy every team could use because he's got a well-balanced 3 and D game. He does a lot for his team, brings a lot of value to whoever he plays for.
Lakers working the ball around now. Kuzma finds Harrell. Here's Kuzma. Here's Horton Tucker. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Horton Tucker's got the lead up to 13 now for the Lakers.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
Just 5 on the clock. Richardson, no luck.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
The 3 for Doncic. Gasol with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall. And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the latter.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Floats it up there for Harrell. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Just been really inefficient. 5 turnovers. You know, it's as if he's playing for the other team.
Los Angeles making a switch here. James is checked in. Here's Schroeder. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Luka Doncic. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And here are the Lakers. It's been 8 unanswered points for them. And again, no good by the Lakers. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 19. Out to the right wing. Kleba, the pass to Porzingis. 4 on the clock. The 3 for Doncic. He can't get that one. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. James outside. From the arc. It's hauled in by Richardson. Richardson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And that one drops.
Well, you can't let Doncic have these types of opportunities, guys. When you aren't close to him, this is what happens.
James wide open. LeBron with another miss.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Finney-Smith. James covering. Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic. In the corner, it's Kleba. Here's Porzingis. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Lakers.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And they're going to take the second game between these two clubs, just like they took the first. This will put them up 2-0 with 2 left to play in the season series against the Mavericks.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LeBron.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Beyond the arc. James with another miss. think they've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Caldwell Pope, and he banks in the layup. And the Lakers lead by 17.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Here's Kleba. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it.
on some people.
Now you're of course the global champion, and now you're a My Team Unlimited $250,000 tournament champion. Which one was more nerve-wracking, and what does this mean for your competitive legacy?
I think nerve-wracking, I would say about the same. I wouldn't say I was super nervous for this one. I was more excited, I think, was a better feeling, and that's just kind of the experience factor. This one means more to me. It really does, because after last year, there was a lot of people that wanted to see me.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparation, and we've got time for
Kevin. Thanks.
Thanks, David. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for him.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Damian Lillard, Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Trent in at the shooting guard. So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. They get it back. Gasol no good. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up to the Portland Trailblazers. He dishes it to Kanter. Kicks it out to Lillard. The three. Drills it from outside. Lillard's got 5. Greg, we're still involved in the conference system. Does it hold relevance as we're looking here at the standings midseason?
You know, for travel distance, yes. And there's also some tradition at stake. I mean, look, that said, in a perfect world, you'd like to see the best 16 teams make the playoffs each year. But we've had, you know, imbalance in conferences forever. So that's not going to change. But sometimes change is just necessary.
How about quickly for the playoffs? Would you like to reseed and take the top 16s, 1 through 16?
I would. I think that'd be a great idea.
Kicks it out to Jones. 5 on the clock. The pass to Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
It's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Lakers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Gasol up top. And Caldwell Pope now atop the key. James outside. And he elevates, and then the slam. Kanter did not like that.
You love how fierce James is, a ferocious dunk artiste.
And LeBron James still the face of the league as he goes into his mid-30s. The impact he's had on this sport is really immeasurable.
Come on, Jay. I mean, he's one of the most recognizable athletes in the world. I mean, it's scary to think that LeBron can still turn it on and take over when he needs to. And you know what? Playoff LeBron is very, very cool.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A different look now for Portland. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. Hood comes in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for Lillard.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Here's Simons after the basket by Los Angeles. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Lakers trail. James looking around. Takes the 13-footer. The Lakers rebound. Out to Kuzma. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Caruso. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And Portland turns it over again. And we've watched a pretty interesting season unfolding in the Western Conference, guys. Let's check out the standings here. You take a look at Los Angeles. Here in the middle of the regular season, they've been able to get the 4th best record in the conference. And, of course, Portland, they're right in 5th place.
Yeah, and when you look at Portland, they were a team that no one knew quite what to make of entering the season. But as the year's gone on, it's become clear they're legit contenders.
There's still some very strong teams above them. So, yes, they are contenders, but I wouldn't call them favorites just yet.
It's good on the putback.
What hustle on display. Encouraging to see Hood working hard to keep plays alive on the glass.
Hood against James. Over Hood. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. They trail by 1. Pass to Kuzma. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, you got to be careful around James. Always looking to get to the line whenever you can.
Lakers shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for Portland. Here's Simons. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Portland shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. Both good from the line that time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
James against Hood. The drive by James and the dunk by James.
James is just remarkable, showing no remorse when he's attacking the rim.
Here's Simons. And good that time. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Floats it up there for Harrell. That one doesn't go. And that concludes a back-and-forth high-scoring first quarter of play. Well, Greg, we know he's already a solid scorer, but Kyle Kuzma...
biggest area of growth would definitely be...
Now having played with superstars, Kuzma is learning what it takes to win.
He's getting only so many shots per game, so I applaud him for finding other ways to contribute to his team with an eye toward the greater goal.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Harrell is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Horton Tucker in its small forward. Now Lillard, following the miss by Kyle Kuzma from deep.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Caruso. No points in the game yet for him. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And we always talk about getting good looks. Here's who's doing the best of it in the NBA. The 4th spot held by Montrezl Harrell.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Clock is at 3. Los Angeles with another miss. Trailblazers leading by 5. Here's Lillard. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Kings in Sacramento.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
They just appeared lost out there. I mean, it seemed like they were scrambling on the defensive end of the floor. Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a 3rd scoring option for the team.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
With the putback, and it's Lillard on the follow. Lillard's got 8 here in the quarter.
Well, not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Kicks it out to Schroeder. Will it go? Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
It's Gasol with the drive. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And Lillard kicks to Little. From deep. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
Back to Schroeder. Morris finds Gasol. That one drops for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Look at Morris break down the defense on this play. If they leave one of his guys open, he's going to get it to him fast.
Lillard the pass to Little. Back to Lillard. To the middle. And it's Little finishing it off.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And finished off by Gasol.
Yeah, right to the rim. Once Gasol gets this close, he commits to flush.
Schroeder against Lillard. Pass to Cantor. Kicks it out to Lillard. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Gasol.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Anthony dishes to Lillard. It's tipped.
And Caldwell Pope just has unreal timing on defense. If you put up something soft, he's going to send it back.
Morris into the lane, and he gets it to go.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
Lillard surveying the D. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
I love how Lillard takes the initiative on offense. I mean, he's a creative and talented guard who's been absolutely on fire.
Lakers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Free throw good, Kuzma. And both free throws good for Kuzma.
Coming out of high school, Kuzma was a very raw player, but his development was fast and furious at the college level, and he continued to get better once he entered the NBA.
Here's Trent. 17 points for him last game against Phoenix. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Okay, look, if you're going to foul Morris, you got to foul him hard. When you don't, he uses his muscle to finish open.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
Jones the pass to Trent. Up in time. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 17 points, 3. And that should...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
We've got Robert Covington. Derek Jones is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And this is why you got to put a body on Gasol. Great size and anticipation on the glass.
Lillard against Schroeder. And no good that time. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Lakers trail by 4. And here's Schroeder. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Now the feed to Morris. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Over Jones. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Here's Lillard following the basket by LeBron James. Lillard attacking. Cantor kicks to Covington. Here's Lillard. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
They couldn't have asked for much more from him today. He's been a key force in their offense.
Here's LeBron, and that one is off. And it's Portland the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota, where they'll take on the Timberwolves. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Now, here's Lillard. He's got 19. Good on the bucket. And it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead.
The D has got to do a better job clogging up routes to the rim. Lillard is a terror when it comes to driving inside.
Stolen by Cantor. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to...
Oh! Nice. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Morris is such a gifted scorer in the paint. He utilizes both his height and weight to get deep inside.
Lillard, the pass to Jones. Back to Lillard. It's stolen by Schroeder. 3-on-3. Here's LeBron. Oh, that was an impressive throwdown.
Woo. A sensational speed from James, a force of nature in the open court. With his combination of quickness and athleticism.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
What a performer this guy is. He relishes the chance to hammer it down.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. And that one's good, Lillard.
That gives him 2 3-pointers for the game, one in each half. I mean, he may add to that total pretty soon.
Knocked away. Covington with the steal. And again, Portland running the court in transition. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Here's Schroeder. Lays it up and banks it in. Schroeder's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. So both teams changing it up here. Simons surveying the D. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And the shot goes in. James has got 16 points.
He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
Here's Simons. And the layup's good off the glass. Simons has got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Taking things into his own hands. He's been a beast this quarter.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Little dishes to Jones. Little passes to Jones. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Just 5 to shoot. Simons. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 13.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And the way James dominates on the offensive end, making it look effortless tonight.
And so it's Portland. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're playing a bruised. And let's listen to head coach Terry Stotts review the game plan with his guys.
We're getting stops after that start. We've been...
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. 11-point game. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then there's Harrell, and it's Caruso in at the point guard. Covington with the bucket. And Los Angeles guys shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. The drive by LeBron. Misses from short range.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
On the wing, Jones. Here's Simons. Covington wide open. He fires. Bangs home the trifecta.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they aren't just chucking up anything. I mean, they're doing a great job of creating quality looks.
Pass to Caruso. Here's Horton Tucker. Goodbye, Hood. Lock at 6. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Robert Covington. Little comes in for Jones. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony Simons. And it's Harrell missing.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. And a miss there on the triple.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And Kuzma stays with it.
Great hustle on the part of Kuzma, outworking everyone else on the glass and getting a nice reward for it.
Taken away. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's LeBron. And the dunk by James.
Well, so often we see this. Transition buckets off turnovers.
This is why coaches preach ball security to their teams. That sequence right there.
Outside Hood for the three. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Lillard. Outside Anthony. The pass to Little. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Their goal on D is to not give him any clean looks from long range.
Harrell, the pass to Kuzma. Here's Caruso. James in the post. Uses the glass to finish the layup. James has got 24.
If you're the defense, what can you do? James is too strong, too focused on these finishes.
Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
Well, I mean, anyone can tell they've ramped up the intensity. I mean, they're more assertive, especially at the offensive end.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Lillard outside. Horton Tucker with the rebound. Lakers trail by 10. It's stolen by Anthony. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Drops in the tray.
You got to get out on Lillard. I mean, his long-distance shot, you know it's cash.
Kuzma finds James, and the layup is good. And that's now 30 points for LeBron.
Now just think what the score would be if it weren't for him. I mean, he's been amazing, but a one-man show isn't going to get you a win in the league.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Trailblazers.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And We watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Lillard.
They needed someone to do the heavy lifting tonight, and he was their man, scoring every way he knows how.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, the game got away from them, but hopefully they've learned some things, and hopefully they'll be able to make some adjustments next time.
And a deep three from Lillard. Rebounded by the Lakers. From deep three-point range. That shot off. But they recover it. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Even early on in this one.
So Alexis, I have to say the All-Star events were really fun to watch from right here, but what was your favorite moment being there?
Man, I look forward to All-Star Weekend every single year, but my favorite event is always the dunk contest.
Well, you got to bring me a souvenir. You have my address, so let's make it happen.
Next week, I'll be back at 2K headquarters. Until then, here are some of my highlights from All-Star. Enjoy.
It's just about game time. The Blazers never looked more confident than they do right now, and nothing tips off a...
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Got a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Luka Doncic.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I...
Doris, what about that dunk?
That was special. My goodness. Don't sleep on his athleticism now. Porzingis plays well above the rim.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Emphasizing the importance of a deep bench. A few teams, Doris, across the league are riddled with injuries right now.
And this is where your front office has to find a way to be successful year after year. And players over the course of a season maybe won't play for 5, 6, 7, 8 games, and then an injury opens an opportunity, and you have to have a high level of professionalism at the end of the bench to endure these moments.
From deep. It's rebounded by Dallas. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
You know this. Nothing gets a crowd into the game more than a bunch of missed free throws. That's one of the worst things you can do on the road.
The Mavericks have gone 2 or 3 here to start off the game. Here's Porzingis, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, there was so much hype around Kristaps Porzingis once he got off to a great start in his first year. And you just want to see him continue to grow and add dimensions to the offensive game every year. What's next? We'll see. This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Lillard attacking. Kanter controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
Richards in the pass to Porzingis, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Porzingis has got his second basket of the night.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Kleba against Lillard, and the shot goes in.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative, they are strong.
Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
Doncic kicks to Hardaway. Out to Doncic. And the 3 off target. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trail Blazers. Last time they met was in Dallas, where they beat the Mavericks.
Yeah, it was a narrow win, but in that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
Oh, no doubt. Playing aggressively, forcing the action, that often works in your favor, and it did the last time around.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And then Lillard slams it in.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
A guy who spaces the floor, but also willing to attack the rim. Lillard has confounded the defense all night.
Back to Richardson. And Cantor over to help. Stolen by Cantor. And Jones slams it in.
Boy, I love seeing Cantor distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
Inside. And again, Portland running the court in transition. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. Porzingis. And he can't stop the run as he misses. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to the Suns. And Jones slams it in.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly, and the three ball is good. Doncic has got 5 now.
Well, the Slovenian delivers from deep. Luka Doncic lets his outside shooting set up the rest of his well-rounded offensive game.
And so it's Portland in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because... Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing when it...
I think it comes from being...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. They've got Enes Kanter, Rodney Hood out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. Hits the three-point bomb.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
Here's Powell. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Hardaway has got 3 assists now in this one. Lillard way outside. And another 3 for Portland.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond. And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And, Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Johnson outside. The offensive rebound. Trailblazers leading by 16. Lillard outside. Covington wide open. He fires. And the Trailblazers another 3.
Right now, Robert Covington in the catch and shoot has so much confidence.
Now here's Brunson. 26 points for him last game against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
The Blazers on offense. They're on a 15-5 run here. Lillard, right side. From deep three-point range, Powell pulls it in. It's deflected. Lobs it up for Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
Boy, Cantor is a big-time target. Sometimes just throw it toward the rim. He'll take care of the rest.
To the paint. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
Oh, my goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Lillard with no one around. The three-pointer no good.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. Mavericks trailed by 19. And he's going up for the alley-oop and the dunk by Powell. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Anthony's checked in for Portland. The Mavericks shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
A different look for Dallas. Porzingis, he's checked in for Powell. Doncic comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Richardson in for Hardaway. Here's Simon. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot two free throws.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Trent's checked in.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
And Cantor now top the key. Over Cauley-Stein. Outside Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Oh, you can't give Carmelo Anthony a lane to attack like that.
Here's Brunson. And he uses the glass on the layup. Brunson's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Out to the right wing. From downtown, it's rebounded by Brunson. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. It's a 13-point game. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Trailblazers have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. From deep, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Richardson kicks to Cauley-Stein. Lobs it up for Anthony. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He ended up with 24 points, 3 assists. And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And after a very lopsided first half, We'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Kicks it out to Lillard. From deep. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Anthony's shot is off.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's Kleba. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Yeah, because Luka Doncic is such a threat to score it, it opens up the passing game, and boy, it is on display right now.
To the inside, out to Hood. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard against Doncic. Shot clock at 6. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay.
Trailblazers leading by 15. And Lillard gets double teamed. Cantor kicks to Lillard. Puts up a 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Lillard's got 29.
And really, as the 3-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
To the left wing. The shot by Kleba. Wide open. Trying to answer back. But that 3 is off the mark. And a wide open look for Hood. No good on that one. Now Dallas takes it the other way. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 7 points in the game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Lillard from deep 3-point land. It's hauled in by Richardson.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. Lillard's got 32 points.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep 3.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, offensively, this guy has been cooking. They're definitely not losing because of him.
Doncic against Lillard. Down low. Here's Anthony, and it's Anthony with the jam.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
And stolen by Hood. And now Portland on the break, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Pop pass to Porzingis.
What you love is how complete a player Kristaps Porzingis is. There is a variety of ways with which he can score it.
Lillard fires away from way outside. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Kleba, the pass to Porzingis. Doncic outside. Porzingis can't hit. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Trailblazers. Lillard from outside. Offensive rebound. Hood kicks to Lillard. Outside, Jones. Over in the corner, Lillard. Shot clock at 5. From deep three-point range, Mavericks with the rebound. Richardson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Doncic. No good. Shot missing. Excellent D there from Anthony. Lillard way outside. The Trailblazers rebound. Outside Anthony. Second chance shot. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Lillard's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Here's Doncic. No good on the last second attempt there. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Trailblazers. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the floor for Portland, Anthony is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Simons in at the 1. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Hardaway with it. Now Anthony defending. Dives for it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Trailblazers. On Saturday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Here's Simons. Anthony down low. Brunson covering.
Beautiful defense from Powell. Uses that impressive length to come away with that rejection.
A 3 off the inbound. Gets a hand on it. And staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Portland.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip end.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Here's Trent. He's guarded by Johnson. Pass to Simons. And he banks in the layup.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Brunson finds Cauley Stein.
Well, hard blue-collar work ethic on display. This guy just beating everyone to the ball.
Covington passes to Anthony. From past the arc. Anthony missing again.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Richardson, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Enes Kanter's checked in for Portland. Damian Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Here's Brunson. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis is coming in for James Johnson. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
See, Porzingis should score the basketball, but he also recognizes when his teammates have a clean look. I love that unselfishness.
Up again. It's good on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Cauley Stein dishes to Doncic for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Kanter's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's rebounded by Dallas.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Richardson. That shot off the mark. And it's Portland the other way. From deep. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Trailblazers.
3 times this season, turnovers have cost them, but they really kept the ball under control.
They were both focused and relentless.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Lillard.
What a selfless effort tonight. He's done such a great job finding guys in their appropriate spots.
To the middle. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Richardson for 3. That one, no good. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Doncic with the steal. Here's Kleba. And Kleba slams it in.
You want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Lillard from deep three-point land. No good there. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was...
Yo, I'm the 2KMC, and I'm excited for what's coming up in the neighborhood. Who's ready to have some fun? This weekend, check out Rush 3v3. Win 4 games in a row for a chance to score VC, exclusive MyPlayer items, and more. On Wednesday, make sure you head to the cages, because all day long...
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting... Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of... Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Much needed indeed, David. Thank you. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron.
They got like 4 or 5 different builds, so different nights, you know, depending on, I guess, what mood you in, who you want to be. But yeah, rebounding wing.
The Staples Center downtown. So a moment now to see the story for LeBron James.
His assist numbers in the past 5 games have gone in the wrong direction. He's been out of sync with his teammates, sort of playing on an island instead of as part of a 5-man unit.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. And for Los Angeles, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Markieff Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. Greg, if your system overall for these teams, if the schemes don't seem to be working, how much can you really change before you get to the offseason, or in particular, before you get to the playoffs?
It's never easy. A system change would come typically with a coaching change, and the reality is you also have to evaluate the roster, and you can't fit that square peg into a round hole. Or whatever your system is, it's got to be catered to the personnel you have. You can't go the other way around, and I think that's what separates oftentimes the good coaches from the great ones.
You know, at this point of his career, Richardson knows his role, understands it, embraces it. He's a 3-and-D guy who gives you great effort at both ends of the court.
Now here's LeBron. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Porzingis. And stolen by Richardson. Here's Porzingis, the fast break chance. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
You don't see many big guys run the floor like this, do you? I mean, Porzingis special.
Here's Schroeder. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Caldwell Pope against Richardson. Porzingis kicks to Kleba. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Gasol.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the dunk by LeBron.
Par for the course for James. I mean, he forces his man to overcommit, gets the bucket, and draws the foul.
Lakers shooting their first free throw tonight.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there. Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
The drive by James.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
Here's Richardson, and it's Richardson slamming it down.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there. You know, guys, I would call that methodical but explosive. You know, he waits for the opportunity and then boom, right to the rack.
Kleba, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game, and he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
Kleba, no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Gasol kicks to James. And LeBron throws it down hard.
Tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel. James is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time.
The slam dunk by Richardson.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher.
Yeah, near the hoop, he's an absolute monster.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
He can't get it to go. That's good from Caldwell Pope on the assist by Morris. Caldwell Pope's got his second bucket of the game to go. Mavericks trail by 5. Porzingis inside. He's up against Gasol.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
Here's LeBron, and finished off by LeBron.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Morris with the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Doncic looking it over. In the corner, it's Kleba. Richardson outside. Back to Kleba. Gasol with the steal. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Kleba. And Kleba slams it in.
Well, it's almost like Richardson has a sixth sense for those openings. Knows just where to send it.
And James throws it down hard.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that, guys.
Porzingis can't hit. James wide open, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all, and he looks to be planning for more.
The way he plays defensively, you know what he stands for.
And of course, Gasol and Leonard won the championship together in 2019, largely, Greg, because of their ability to play defense and get stops.
And 2 former Defensive Players of the Year on the same team. That's going to be your foundation. But both guys were tremendous at the other end as well, albeit in different ways.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Harold. He's out there with LeBron James, and it's Gasol at center.
Another one of those special nights for LeBron. I mean, you know, if he sticks around till he's an older fella, that all-time scoring career mark, wow, might be in jeopardy.
That one's in there. The Lakers' lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Powell. Horton Tucker, the pass to Gasol. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Harrell, it's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And improving as a shot maker every year, Harrell has to be accounted for defensively. Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9. And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
And Gasol sends it back.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
Pass to James. Tries again. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Gasol's got the lead up to 11 now for the Lakers.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
Here's Caruso. Johnson with the block. And James with the basket on the assist by Harrell. LeBron's got 7 now in this quarter.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
A shot by Johnson, no good. Los Angeles leading by 14. Here's James. It's rebounded by Dallas. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
The foul trouble was a big chunk of it. I mean, it's hard to mount a comeback when all your key guys, your main players, are watching from the bench.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Los Angeles. And Dallas with a change here, too. Cauley Stein's checked in. LeBron outside. Connects from three-point range. James has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Lakers. Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Passes it to Kuzma. 1:05 left here in the second. Pass to Horton Tucker. 6 to shoot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. This is his first chance at the line tonight. And he knocks down the first one. And the Lakers with some changes. Morris is checked in for Harrell. Contavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for James. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. Dallas also making some changes. Zinkis, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for James Johnson. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, that's not an easy assignment, as Porzingis showed there. He's a lot to handle.
The Mavericks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. 41 seconds left in the first half. Here's Horton Tucker. 9 points last game out. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Back to Morris. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 19-point game. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Brunson the pass to Richardson. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Brunson against Schroeder, and he jams it with authority.
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, with that emphatic slam.
And guys, that'll get his heart rate up a little bit, I can tell you that. Watch out, he can be a dangerous player when his motor is revved up that way.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq, LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 23 points, 2. And that should...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
On the floor for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And the pass to Finney-Smith. Richardson against James. The drive by Doncic. Comes up empty down low.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Morris with the ball. Out.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen.
And fellas, he pulled it off to perfection.
Kleba with the bucket. Kleba's got his second bucket of the night. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Finney-Smith kicks to Kleba. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Harrell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Kyle Kuzma comes in for James. And Dallas with a change here, too. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Schroeder passes to Harrell. Not going to go that time. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Kleba, no good.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. And Morris throws it down. And the Lakers lead by 21. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Back to Richardson. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go again. The Lakers on the break. It's tipped. Caldwell Pope with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Harrell on the foul. Harrell's got 8 points.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Porzingis can't hit.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect. You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
It's good from Schroeder on the assist by Kuzma. He has 6.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Up top, Doncic. He's guarded by Schroeder. To end the drought. The shot missing. Kuzma with the defensive effort. And here we go with Morris running it up the court.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
Oh, my
with confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself.
Well, he couldn't help himself. Couldn't resist. That really was a spectacular play.
It's Hardaway with the drive. Pass to Porzingis, and stolen by Harrell. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles, and Morris throws it down.
Whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard.
Tell you what, the coach's heart was in his throat, and he was in shock and awe. But now he's got a big smile on his face.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Porzingis with the steal. Left side Hardaway. And stolen by Harrell. Now the Lakers on the break. Morris with the ball. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Outside Hardaway. Lays it up off the glass. Hardaway has got his first points of the night.
Excellent quickness that time by Hardaway. Allows him to do work inside.
And so it's Los Angeles, holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Montrezl Harrell, Matthews out there with Jared Dudley, and it's Caruso in at the point. That's the Laker 5. A lot of talk about reseeding in the playoffs when you got down to the final 4 teams. If it ensures the 2 best teams make the finals, it would seem to me, Greg, to be worth it. What about you?
You know, it could be. I think about the worldwide attention on that championship round, but you got to get the Eastern Conference teams to sign off on that. And, you know, we've seen it happen in the past where the power shifts from one conference to the other, but ultimately nothing better than seeing the 2 best teams play for it all.
To the inside, and stolen by Harrell. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. He's all alone. Passes it to Brunson. It's stolen by Johnson. And there's the feed to Burke. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
A 3 from Matthews. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Maverick shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Burke. Johnson's got his first bucket in this one.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
It's Matthews on the wing. Burke covering. There's the 3. Matthews no good. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. And that one's good. Burke.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
McKinney passes to Caruso. Here's McKinney. Greg, compare the times when you played as an NBA player with a lot more contact and what was like going the floor to what we're seeing now when there seem to be a lot of whistles, a lot of stoppage of play.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, you got to allow players to defend, And if they're in a legal guarding position, let them do their job. Eliminate the cheap ones. Part of the issue, though, partner, is now so much of the game is played on an island, right? You don't have the crowds that you typically would see guys in back in our era. There's more space. The court, in that sense, is bigger. You're out there kind of on your own, man, and these guys are crafty at drawing fouls.
It's never been harder for a defender. Here's Gasol. Coley Stein with the defensive effort.
Sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Here's Finney Smith, and it's off from three-point range. Lakers leading by 22. Out to Morris. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Back to Gasol. Morris outside. Wow, drew the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Lakers?
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
LeBron's checked in for the Lakers. Pass to Burke. We know, Greg, the NBA is full of superstars, yet you can foul out of the game after 6 personal fouls, and some have suggested instead just tacking on an extra free throw when a player commits their 6th+ foul, and then they can stay in the game.
I think something along those lines could make sense. No doubt it's tough to see the marquee player riding the bench because it's not just the 6th foul, right? In some coaches, you pick up 2 in the first quarter, you're done for the quarter. You pick up a 3rd in the second, you're done for the half.
Yes.
So I would like to see something, but I think it's got to also be fair. Maybe you get free throws and another possession. Maybe something along those lines might be in the best interest of the game.
I like that.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Lakers.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And talk about putting pressure on your opponent. Tonight's win will move their record to 2-0 in the season series with 2 left to be played against the Mavericks.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LeBron.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Dallas making a switch here. Burke hits them both. 36 seconds left in the game. James looking around. Five to shoot. From the wing. Offensive rebound. And Gasol able to finish.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Burke. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This game, David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.